So look at the fourth question based on hedge ratio. Look at the fourth question based on hedge ratio. First, why hedge ratio is calculated? What is the purpose of calculating hedge ratio? We discussed it. The trader has taken a position in the spot market, and the position in the spot market carries a risk. In order to hedge that risk, he has to take an alternative position in the futures market. In futures market, he is going to purchase or sell contracts. So hedge ratio is used to calculate how many contracts he should purchase or how many contracts he should sell in order to hedge his position in the spot market. And what is the formula for calculating hedge ratio? You all remember the formula? The standard deviation of spot divided by standard deviation of future into correlation of spot and future. You all remember this formula? So the formula for calculating hedge ratio is standard deviation of spot price divided by standard deviation of future price into correlation between spot and future. What is the logic behind taking standard deviation of spot in the numerator? Why are we taking standard deviation of spot in the numerator? Sit properly. There is a direct relationship between the standard deviation of spot and the number of contracts. So in hedge ratio, standard deviation of spot should be the numerator. If spot is more volatile, means you need more future contracts to hedge your risk or less future contracts to hedge your risk. If spot is more volatile, you need more future contracts or less future contracts to hedge your risk. Spot is more volatile than future. So you need more future contracts to hedge your risk. So there is a direct relationship between standard deviation of spot and the number of contracts. Let's say future is more volatile than spot. In that case, lesser number of future contracts is sufficient to hedge your position in the spot market. So there is an indirect relationship between standard deviation of future and the number of contracts. So we are taking standard deviation of future in the denominator. Then it has to be multiplied with correlation between spot and future. Why? Because future price is affected by spot price, also by other factors. But we want only that portion of the future price affected by spot price. So we are multiplying it with correlation of spot and future. So look at the fourth question. An airline expects to purchase 2 million gallons of jet fuel in 1 month and decides to use heating oil futures for hedging. Now, what is the position of the airline in the spot market? Long position or short position? How do we say it is long? Because they have to purchase, right? So what is their risk? Their risk is the price might increase in the future. The price might increase in the future in the spot market. So what they can do is they can enter into a futures contract today, thereby locking the price today. So future is certain. That is, in future, whether market price increases or decreases, doesn't matter. Still, they can purchase at a predetermined price. In this case, standard deviation and correlations are given. Standard deviation of future is given. Standard deviation of spot price is given. And correlation between spot and future is also given. Each heating oil contract on New York Mercantile Exchange is on 42,000 gallons of heating oil. What is this 42,000? The units, but what it is? It is a lot size. So one contract on heating oil futures is 42,000 gallons of heating oil. Determine the number of oil contracts. So in order to calculate the number of contracts, first we need to calculate the hedge ratio. So what is the formula for calculating hedge ratio? Standard deviation of spot divided by standard deviation of future into correlation of spot and future. What is the standard deviation of spot in this question? 0.0263 divided by futures, it is 0.0313 into correlation is 0.928. How much do we get? Hedge ratio 0.7797. Did everyone get the same numbers? Right. So if hedge ratio is less than 1, what does it mean? If hedge ratio is less than 1, it means that if hedge ratio is less than 1, spot price is less volatile than the futures price, right? The change in spot is lesser than the change in the future price. So you need more future contracts or less future contracts to hedge your position in the spot market. Lesser number of future contracts is sufficient. So in order to hedge 2 million gallons of jet fuel in the spot market, how many heating oil future contracts you need to purchase? Write down number of contracts is equal to, in spot you have to purchase 2 million gallons, but in the future market also you don't need 2 million gallons. It is spot is less volatile than future, so you need to multiply it with the hedge ratio 0.7797. So lesser number of future contracts is sufficient to hedge your position in the spot market, divided by 42,000. Why 42,000? Because that is nothing but the lot size. So how many contracts we get? Number of contracts is equal to 37. 37 contracts. Is it clear? Any doubt in this?